what I've done with today's video is I have sped it up 4 times. Now, I know that seems crazy, but the reason I did that is because I wanted to leave in all of my process. I didn't want to edit out big chunks, so I've just sped it up by 4. Now, let me know if you like or hate that. I don't know, but I sometimes when I watch videos and watch other people, I sort of wish instead of them editing out chunks of the process, I wish I could just watch it in fast forward instead. So I'm giving it a go. Let's see what happens. We might like, we might hate. Okay, so what I'm using is, colour there is Salvaged Patina. I just used, sorry, my voice is croaky. Squeezed lemon, and this is Prized Ribbon in the Distress Inks. Now, these, I'm just using plain white, boring white cardstock, flat white cardstock. I just realised, I just focused then on exactly where I went wrong then. When you're doing this process, if you don't have gesso on your page, you have little to no ability to correct a mistake. So, because the colour absorbs in, so the colour I'm using there is mustard seed, because I wanted 2 different shades of yellow. As the patina is drying, I'm also realising that it's a bit too light to match in with my photos. So this is Peacock Feathers, just to add 2 tones there. I think it works. I think it looks okay. I think it looks great. It's blending in with the Commonwealth Game colours from the Gold Coast. My best friend bought some tickets and was amazing enough to take me along with her. So we went and saw several different sports. It was amazing. We saw swimming, we saw hockey, which was amazing, women's hockey. And we saw, what else did we watch? Bowls. Karren really enjoys bowls. That's my best friend. And yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Oh, netball. You know what? This is really, really sad, but I have never, as a female, I'm not a netballer. I have never been a netballer. I was more of a rugby league kind of person. And I tell you what, I'm so glad I went to that netball game, because it showed me how amazing our Australian and who was it? I think it was Australia versus New Zealand, the Silver Ferns, and wow, I got to tell you, that was amazing. That opened my eyes to a sport that I had otherwise never really taken any notice of. So all I'm doing here is splotching on some unprocessed paper. So there's no gesso, there's nothing, it's flat white cardstock, and I'm just splatting ink. Why? Because I felt like Saturday afternoon heading into my craft room for something to do, and simply, I played and I liked what I did. So I'm glad I recorded it because it worked really well. Now, down the very bottom there, you can see that big blue splotch. Can you see the lines on it? This is where I add a bit of Mermaid Lagoon, thinking it would add something, but it didn't really do anything. You can tell the difference a little bit, but not really. Okay. So, see those lines? That was from my fingernail. So if you try doing this at home, and if you have nails at all, I currently don't. I have no nails, but somehow I turned my hand over and I ran my nails on the cardstock. I got those lines. Just saying, not a fan. Not happy with that. But that's okay. Live and learn, live and learn. Let me make the mistake for you. Okay, so this is where I decided what I wanted to do was create a 1/4 inch black border all the way around because I'm still all about the border. I love the borders. So I just love it. It's great. I'm really into it at the moment. Don't worry, I'll find something else I'm really into soon and I'll start doing that because that's what we do, right? I'm trying to. So, what I'm wanting to create here is some borders in between, no real measurements. The only thing I really measured there was the 1/4 inch strips. They were the only bits I really took 5 seconds to measure. But yeah, so if you have a look at this, I'm going to try and zoom my camera in just one more little bit. See, there's so much space around what I'm doing. Next video I do, I'm zooming in because I think that would have been so much better. Okay, just thinking out loud now. All right, so this is where I play and this is where I make a mistake. Some of us would say it's a mistake. Some of us would kick ourselves. If you're a newbie to scrapping, I have been a scrapbooker for on and off for 20 years. Now, I usually find make my own embellishments or find something I'm really into. Of late, I have my Cricut, so I'm able to cut things out that I really like. So this is me procrastinating. Can you hear my brain ticking? I can hear it ticking, and this is sped up 4 times. Imagine if I didn't speed it up, right? Okay, so I was just trying to figure out if I needed, sorry if you can hear that scratching, that's my dog trying to get in. Come in, Lex. Come on. Sorry. Doing a voiceover. You think the children are the worst part. It's really not. It's a needy chihuahua. Come on. Sorry. Had to get up and let in my chihuahua. Why? Because otherwise she will just keep scratching at the door until I let her in. I'm in the craft room. My dogs come down the craft room with me all the time. I have several dogs. Okay, can you spot where I stuffed up? Can you see it? It sort of threw me because I was trying to do it just perfect. And then I went, you tosser, look what you just did. You just cut too much off the wrong strip. It was meant to be that strip that I trimmed down. It's all good. Don't stress, it's scrapbooking. It doesn't have to be insanely perfect. Okay, I tell a lie. I have OCD. I try very hard. If I'm doing something symmetrical, I really, really try to get it just right. This is where this messed with my head for so long. I was going to cut it out, but you know what? I wanted to leave it so that you guys can see the full process of how we do things and how we come up with these pages that when they're all edited down, I'm sure some people that are used to the video editing side of things and they can do it. I can plan a page and have step by step ready to go right next to me. I videoed them. They're already loaded up. You can see them. The ones where I just make everything picture perfect and wonderful. I don't want that to be what my channel's about. I want my channel to be education for all of us, whether that is for like this, it's a mistake, but don't sweat it. We got this. Either we either learn from it, and maybe next time we do the technique, we might try something slightly different, I haven't done something like this. Actually, to be honest, I don't even know. Oh, look, I probably have over the years, but I know I used to do this a lot with my photos. I used to, it was something I saw in, where was it? Creative Memories. They, it was a really big thing back about 15 years ago. And you would get the photo and let me know if you've done this, because that you get your photo and you slice it up, much the same as what I've done here, and then you mat it. So say you've got a 6x4 photo, you stretch it out to say 7x4, something like that, and excuse me, excuse me, it's first thing in the morning. I'm trying to get this voiceover done and my throat just is not cooperating. So, yeah, so what I was saying was, so you stretch your photo out, and I have done that several times, and I actually really like it, especially if it's a sunset or something. I don't advise doing it if there's people or animals in the video, in the photo, but it's, look at me procrastinating this, would you? Like, truly, just, it's killing me watching it. It's okay. I come up with a solution. Bang, bang, bang. Look, see? You just cut a little bit in the middle. Make it so the strips, because I'm going to put a photo there anyway. I don't even know why I procrastinated over this for so long. I know why I did, because I was actually watching Heartland Series 15. And I was watching that while I was doing it. So, yeah. Can you see why I chose the photos? That's me just being silly with my Optus. They were like paddles. They were like, they were signs, but they were like little paddles anyway. So this is me and my bestie, and we went down, and it was so much fun. It was so good. I loved it. And because now obviously I don't get to see her nearly as much as we used to, because she's moved to Mackay and her babies are up there, and that's just life. So it's at this point that now this page is not about all the embellishments. I wanted this page to be about the photos. So I just wanted to create a background that was similar, if not the same photos, same color as the photos, just so the photos worked. Here's where I realized, I thought, I'll do a white border around everything. Yep. It just gets lost, doesn't it? It doesn't pop at all. So I did end up matting it in black as well. And I actually used my Cricut on this page as well. Something I like to do, don't get me wrong, I adore a page that is adorned with every flower, floral, the lot. I love that. And some people make it look so good. And some of my pages like that, I absolutely love. But I'm equally as in love with that as I am with simplicity. Because simplicity sometimes is just what you need. So it's an extremely busy background. And then by simply double matting the photos, it just makes it's just, yeah, see? So once you put the black on behind the white, so the white gives your eye somewhere to sort of separate, and then the black, I think it looks really good. I think it comes up really well. I'm super, super. I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I am so, so, so happy that you guys have decided to subscribe to my channel and have a look what this little Aussie mum can do. this is a channel that I want to use to help educate people. I know there's a lot of kit channels, if that makes sense. So people buy kits and use kits. Now I am using some art glitter glue on this as well, purely because I'm still testing this tape runner and I don't know if it's going to dry out down the track. So to guarantee that they don't come off, I'm adding a little bit of, so I've got the tape for the instant stick and I've got the glue to just make sure that it never lets go. Because I think there's nothing sadder than going back through your album from 5, 6, 10 years ago and everything's falling off. Incredibly frustrating. So, I was really happy with that. I didn't want the photos to be straight because I thought that would just make it way too linear. And then I jumped on my Cricut and I found a font that I liked and I made an offset. So I typed out Commonwealth Games 2018. I created an offset and I just cut it in black and white, just purely to keep it simple, and it worked beautifully. So I will also apologise. Last week, life got on top of me and I only managed to get one video up last week. I actually had a consignment last week, so when I do scrapbooking for people in their albums, I don't record those because out of privacy, etc. So what they get is completely solely their own and nobody's seeing, unless they decide to upload photos of it somewhere. Those layouts that I create for other people that they've paid me for, I don't record those and I don't use those on my channel. So unfortunately, last week I only had the opportunity to get a couple of things done, and so I got the videos recorded, but I ran out of time to do the voiceovers. I'm working on my time management, don't you worry about that. So yeah, so I'm just in the process now. Sorry about the glare on that top photo. I didn't even notice it. I do notice it towards the very end, but my apologies. So all I do now is I go along and add my letters. I could have run these through my Xyron, but I figured just as easy to put a couple of dots of glue on there. It'll hold it beautifully. I know it won't come off, and yeah. So if there's anything that you would love to see, I have another video going up later this week. I'm going to try and get quite a few videos up this week. I'm just really in a scrapping mood. So I'm more than happy if you let me know. I actually did have someone ask if I would do some videos with more than just 1 or 2 photos. So I plan on doing those in the next couple of videos. So over the next week and a half, I'll do some layouts that I show you different ways of adding lots of photos to a page. So, and once I get to the end of this and I glue this down, that's it. I do my journaling usually off screen, very rarely, purely because it's personal. I do everything and then I do my journaling and go like that. So that way the journaling is private. So yeah. So there you go. That's all that I did, and then I think it was there. That's when I realised I'm not covering up Karen's face. I'm covering up the glare. Apologies for that. As you can see how fast forwarded I have this going on. So thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you for dropping by. I would love it if you like my video and or share it. And I will be back with you in my next video, possibly tomorrow. Not a problem. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And thank you so much for sticking around. And here's my super speedy close-up. Thanks, guys. Bye.